Good morning, everybody. Alibard Jones here. Good to have you all back. I thought I would make this video because now we're reaching a new place about what this battle's about. We always wanted to get here, but what it means is we might have some permanent solutions for Earth. We have three types of enemy. And I think we're going to do very, very well against them. Like our initial attacks were all successful. But before we get into it, I do want to tell you that I have a course coming up. It's an online video course on astral projection. And if you look on my website, I think it's the most comprehensive course that is out there. I've just fixed the website so you can actually sign up properly now. Thanks, Mr. Web Designer. But yeah, it starts on October 14, and it takes about a year, but it leads into what we're doing and joining our teams. And so, yeah, click the link if you just want some really good training. It's the training that I wish somebody had shown me right from the beginning. So it can take you from zero to the top of the game. Or if you've done a bit of this work before, it'll step you towards mastery. We've been fighting Demonkind for a long time, and their whole and we've been winning. And their infrastructure and their personnel are, to put it gently, pretty mauled. For the first time ever, their populations have reduced, and they're less capable of projecting their power every day. We are breaking the back of the demonic horde. It's working very, very well. They do not have an answer to anything that we want to do. But they're not the top of the food chain. And they're also not what's keeping Earth in this trap. And so this is where I introduce two other types of beings and a third and a fourth piece, which is a wild card that my research has not fully come to grips with yet. But we have intrusions from the mirror world. What is the mirror world, you ask? Well, you might want to watch this video about the Great Nothing. And the Great Nothing is a being who consumes galaxies. And he's here at Earth right now. Now, his physics do not gel with our physics. So there's an intermediary physics that is used to bridge between his nightmare land and our world. And that is the mirror world. And the mirror world is a source of great insanity. Like, it is so twisted in its own lies and excuses. Imagine 10 cheap, drunk lawyers all bickering around in circles in your head all day. That's what an infection from the mirror world looks like. They'll tell you anything and they'll say anything, and reality is very hard to keep track of. And I suspect that infection is what qualifies you for the top jobs in politics. You're willing to believe anything when you say it. And because it's a different physics to Earth, it scares the bejesus out of us, because we don't know what the rules are in there. And we just never go in, never ever go in there. Though we are able to drag some of their beings into our physics and deal with them accordingly. It was quite a trial to win on that front. However, we are, and I don't know how else to describe it, but there had two dimensions of this altered mirror world physics that had docked with the physics of Earth. And it's sort of like docking at, not walking into a building at the first floor. Like, they docked at the 23rd and a half floor and the 66th and a half floor. Like, it was just weird. But what else would you expect from foreign physics? So, and that was the group who was introduced to us by the confession from the meth demon that we interviewed recently. You might want to check out that video up there. Now, also, we've encountered the Archons. Now, the word Archon is thrown around a lot in the metaphysical world. And because of its ambiguity, I never was clear who it referred to, but it seems like we've met them now. And these are, Metatron is one, Nebadon is one. These are liquid crystalline beings. And their role is to encircle the earth with an idea. And ideas like authority, taxation, death, karma, these sort of ideas that permeate our world, that are the emotional environment. These are the home truths of living on earth. These are all important, and they're contradictory to human biology. So that's why we hate them all so much. Like any concept of oppression, I would suggest, comes through these Archons, and they are massive. These are huge beings, and they're like spiders, but with hundreds of legs, and they're like leaning on individual people to carry their weight so they don't sink into oblivion and into nothingness. They need those individuals to do that. And there's a special kind of insanity where you can't tell whether you're dreaming or awake half the time, because they're using your mind to calculate their plans. The weird thing is, like, the Earthling's mind is superior to anything that the dark side have. And they know it. And it's like borrowing someone's better computer without them knowing. You hack into their computer so that you can use their higher end processors. And that's what they're doing, and they're using it as a tool of great oppression. Now, our initial forays into Archon world is ugly, but we've been successful in taking a handful of them down. And we think there are hundreds. It might be a long job to beat them all up, but that's just what it takes. You know, our teams continue to grow, and they're getting stronger than ever. Everything is full steam ahead. We're loving it. But there's a part of me that always knew that destroying Demonkind was not the end of the game, that there would be more to it. And it seems like 2 of those layers have revealed themselves. And now we have a new course of action to take. And you've seen us messing around with different alien species quite a bit. And those guys, their dishonesty is starting to show through. Or maybe not dishonesty, but they're definitely disingenuous. You know, they've been watching their brothers and sisters from across the stars being eaten by their enemies, and just sat on their hands with that one. You know? Anyway, much disappointment there from me. Anyway, I just thought I'd update you, like, there went the anti-demonic campaign was massively successful. The anti-Metatronic campaign is full steam ahead, and we are taking out 2 of their more interesting physics and 2 of their more interesting cards that they play that aren't even talked about in spiritual circles. We have really gone outside of the remit of what we've been taught is even possible for the new age. So I suppose it was always going to happen, but now we're in uncharted territory, as we always expected to be. Yeah. My love to you all. Stay well, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.